because I refuse to not be first.
Do we do enough? Well, I never shut up about it.
It must have been about 16, 17. We nicked their guilt rings. Right, the bouncer's guilt ring.
This is no good for me. That's the reality. If you want the honest truth, and I see it every day.
Andrew McCART, IFL TV, proudly sponsored by Everlast. I'm here with Boris Crighton. Man, it seems like we can't get enough of each other. I'll start that again. Can't get enough of each other right now, Boris. It's like I've done a good Zoom call with you after the Lyndon Arthur fight. We've done one yesterday. We're doing one again. It's you sick of me yet?
Nah, you know what? This is what we were talking about, that first interview that we did back at the St Andrews, which is like, I want those opportunities. So when they come, I've got to take them. I've got to be a man of my word and be ready for these opportunities when they come and take them, absolutely. So now I'm ready to, let's keep doing this. Let's keep doing it.
Listen, I'm more than happy to keep this microphone in your face if you're happy to have it in your face, man. Yeah, we're in Glasgow. We've spoken about the Lyndon Arthur fight. We spoke about how well you did in only 36 hours notice, but tonight you're back home in Glasgow, in a warehouse, and like I said, everyone that spoke to me right now, every fighter, myself, spoke about it. It's got that epitomises Glasgow in the sense that it's one warehouse, one ring, and everybody's just having a good time drinking, and this fight's going on. I mean, what a venue this is, isn't it? And you said yourself, it's a great venue.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's good to be out fighting here in Glasgow, fighting again, another undefeated fighter. And when you look at when it comes to super middleweight, how many fighters in that top 10 can you look at and you can point out and say, hey, they fought 2, 3, 4 undefeated fighters like I have. Do you know what I mean? So I've taken those. I've been a man of my word, and hopefully there's some more stuff to come off the back of that. Do you know what I mean? I've proved myself so far, and not a good 6 rounds in the bank, and we go again soon enough.
Obviously, going to tonight, I was 6 rounds in the bag. Your fitness is there. Nobody can ever question your fitness, man. Just go on your Instagram. It's there. You're a fit boy. You stay fit 24/7, 365 days of the year. So the 6th rounder there against an undefeated opponent. Disappointed you didn't get the stoppage, or was the rounds valuable going into your next fight?
Now, the round's always valuable. Like, when it comes to boxing, being fit is different than being fighting fit are two different things. And because of the close proximity of both my fights, my sparring hasn't been that much. So it's good to get in there and work the jab and, do some of those things, be cute a little bit, make my fighter miss and just practice things that we'll practice in the gym, because I haven't had the time to get the sparring rounds in. When these fights that he's come, it's like, okay, you do want to get a knockout, but there's some tough boy. He's a tough Colombian lad that's knocked out. He's got some power on him himself. So he's a durable fighter. He's been able to win 6 fights in a trot. So you can't focus on that too much, but the power's there. So if anyone forgets it, I'll remind them. Don't worry about it.
You spoke a little bit about that uppercut on the inside. Is that something you and Craig have been working on?
I mean, we saw that with that Mark McCallum fight where I can't want to buke up. It's not as if we just work on one thing in the gym, but if it works, right? And I'm guessing fighters are now going to try and figure a way to sort of stop that shot coming in. But there's different things that we work on in the gym. Like I said, we haven't been sparring, but there's things that we've been working on in the gym, so we want to make sure we implement them when we get into sparring and get into fights. And that's exactly what we've done.
You know yourself as a fighter, that uppercut's a hard shot to defend against, no matter what. It's one of them shots that you don't see. So
nah, absolutely. Like I said, it's in this kind of game, and when you move up the levels and you're fighting guys like Lyndon, it's about shots like that are going to take boys up, because these guys are tough. And when you get up to this kind of level, you got to figure out it's not just one punch haymakers are going to take these guys out. You got to be cute with shots. You got to pick some good shots. And like I said, shot like an uppercut, and I saw him took the uppercut like it was nothing. I was like, okay, we're here for 6 rounds. Let's do it. Do you know what I mean? So you got to figure out shots. Like, you got to level yourself up to be able to fight at that level. And if you want to go out there and beat these fighters and potentially stop these fighters, you got to work on these kind of things.
Boris, we've got Josh Taylor out here, and we've seen that when he walks through that crowd and that everyone's wanting photos with the kids and people like that. Now, Scotland, for me, when I look at the Scottish fighters, it's always been that generational type gap. You've had Ken Buchanan, and then Jim Watt, Scott Harrison, and then Alex Arthur, Ricky Burns, now Josh Taylor. We've never had a multitude of fighters coming from Scotland where we can say we've got 4 world champions, we've got 3 British champions or whatnot. Do you think with the current group of guys like yourself now, who's making a name for himself in this middleweight division, you've got guys down, Joe McTaggart and all these young guys coming through, do you think that with the young crop coming through and yourself, that we can maybe see, I don't want to see the next Josh Taylor, but an accumulation of world champions rather than just having that generational one fighter?
Josh is a special breed of fighter, and he's proved that a million times. And I think that kind of energy carries on. And he's coming into the perfect time where there's a lot of pro fighters starting off their career and they have someone to look after. So some of them were big gaps, so it was just one person. And there was no one else to sort of build off the back of. So likes of Josh, where they're young kids coming now, a lot of them turning over pro. I've seen that's possible, is you can accomplish that, you can achieve that, likes of, say, with Lee McGregor, same as Cash Farouk, that guys have been up there and done it from Scotland, so you know that you can do it. It doesn't feel so far-fetched, you know, it doesn't feel so far away anymore. It's not like, oh, all the guys in England are getting the opportunities. And myself now, hopefully I can put my name into the mix of these guys of getting titles and prove that I deserve to be along those names, and hopefully inspire the young guys coming on as well to step up to it and really take this boxing game seriously.
I hope them words speak true at some stage, because I think, as a selfish boxing fan that I am, I always want to see the sport that I love and the country that I love and the fighters, young fighters coming through, get their opportunities. But you've had an opportunity with Lyndon Arthur, you've got a 6-rounder here. What's next for you then? I mean, you want to stay busy, because we've joked a little bit about the crossfitting and the yoga and the hot yoga stuff like that, but you're more than just a crossfitter and a yoga instructor, like they say. You are a very, very good boxer, so what is next for you looking forward, heading forward?
You know what, there's some big news coming, and rightfully so. As we said, these opportunities will come when you take risks like this, and to fight back-to-back. Like I said, I'm not a fighter that shy of a fight. So some big news coming very soon, and we'll be, you know, involved in your screens again, and the fans will be back to see me, and I'm sure they'll be sick of me just once I'll be sick of you soon enough with this interview. But hopefully the fans enjoy it, and it's another brilliant opportunity, and we'll take it as it comes and take our on the strides and hopefully keep getting the wins from here.
Good news, good news. One final one I do want to touch, because we touched on Josh Taylor. He's got a big fight against Teofimo Lopez out in New York on 10th of June. Your quick thoughts on that fight? Can Josh do it?
I hope so. I really do hope so. Like you said, when you see guys from where you're from, and you know, from Scotland, you always want to see them. But it's a tough fight, and he can't overlook it. I think he did a little bit of that in the last fight, where he overlooked a very good quality fighter. And I hope he goes over there and shows everyone the fighter that he is, and the fighter that we all believe that he is, and the fighter that he believes that he is. And if he does that, if the Josh Taylor that we all know shows up, without a doubt he wins that fight.
Well, Boris, you know, I'm pretty sure I'll see you soon with this camera and this microphone in your face, mate. So see you in the next one, brother. Thank you, mate.
Refuse to not be first.
Do we do enough? Well, I never shut up about it.
It must have been about 16, 17. We nicked their guilt rings. Right, the bouncer's guilt ring.
This is no good for me. That's the reality. If you want the honest truth, and I see it every day,